8 presidents came and went. Wars were fought. Movements rose and fell. But for nearly half a century, one man never lost power. His name was J. Edgar Hoover. He didn't just lead the Federal Bureau of Investigation, he became it. Hoover was born in 1895 in Washington, D.C., a city built on power, politics, and control. He never left. Raised in a strict household and shaped by a dominant mother who demanded perfection, Hoover developed an early obsession with order. While other young men were at war, Hoover was working at the Library of Congress. There, he learned how to catalog, classify, and retrieve information with precision. He realized something powerful. If you can organize information, you can use it. In 1917, he joined the Department of Justice. By his mid-20s, he was leading efforts to track political radicals. The Red Scare provided his first opportunity. He built a massive card index, creating files on hundreds of thousands of suspected radicals. The Palmer raids followed. Thousands were arrested. Hoover had discovered the ultimate political alchemy. Information could control threats and shape power. In 1924, Hoover became director of the Bureau of Investigation. It was disorganized, corrupt, weak. He rebuilt it from the ground up. Agents had to be educated, disciplined, professional. He introduced a centralized fingerprint database, forensic laboratories, formal training programs. In the 1930s, crime exploded across America. Gangsters like John Dillinger and Machine Gun Kelly dominated headlines. Hoover turned this into opportunity. He built the image of the FBI agent as a national hero, the G-Man, sharp, fearless, unstoppable. With the support of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the FBI expanded its authority. Hoover didn't just fight crime, he shaped how Americans saw justice. But Hoover's real power wasn't public, it was political. He served under 8 presidents, from Calvin Coolidge to Richard Nixon. Presidents came and went. Hoover remained. Why? Because he was useful, and because he knew things. He maintained relationships across Congress and the Senate. Many saw him as essential to national security. Others feared him, because Hoover kept files on politicians, on public figures, on anyone who might matter. He kept official confidential files on the private lives and indiscretions of some of the most powerful figures in America. In Washington, information is leverage, and Hoover had more of it than anyone. World War II and the Cold War expanded Hoover's reach even further. Surveillance increased. Wiretaps became more common. In 1956, he launched COINTELPRO, a secret FBI program designed to monitor and disrupt groups seen as threats. At first, it targeted communists, but it expanded to civil rights organizations, anti-war activists, and political dissidents. Even leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. were surveilled and harassed. The FBI bugged King's hotel rooms and even sent him an anonymous letter widely interpreted as an attempt to pressure him toward suicide. The line between protecting the nation and controlling it began to disappear. By the 1960s, America was changing. Public trust began to shift. Journalists and politicians started asking questions. Was the FBI protecting democracy or threatening it? Hoover faced criticism for the first time, but he remained in power, without term limits, without meaningful oversight. On May 2, 1972, Hoover died at the age of 77. Just before the Watergate scandal, would shake the nation. In the aftermath, investigations exposed the FBI's secret programs: COINTELPRO, illegal surveillance, abuse of power. For the first time, the FBI itself was under scrutiny. Congress acted. Reforms were passed. FBI directors would now be limited to 10-year terms, a direct response to Hoover's decades of control. But his influence remained. He built modern forensic science in policing and national crime databases. But he also left behind a model of surveillance and a culture of secrecy. So what was J. Edgar Hoover? A pioneer who brought order to chaos? Or a man who proved how easily power can grow without limits? He was not elected. He was not a general. He never fought on a battlefield, but he understood something even more powerful. Information is control. He built the modern FBI, but he also showed the world what happens when no one is watching the man in charge.